Imagine losing the one person who saved your life. The one person who believed in you when nobody else did. The one person who became more than a mentor, more than family. And then watching them die right in front of you. Today, we're diving into the heartbreaking final 3 episodes of Will Trent Season 4. A story filled with murder, betrayal, revenge, shocking twists, and devastating loss. By the end of this story, one beloved character will be gone forever. Another life will be saved at the very last second, and a new threat will emerge that could destroy everything the team has worked for. This is the complete story of episodes 16, 17, and 18. And trust me, what happens next changes everything. Our last dance. The episode opens in complete chaos. Outside a luxury hotel, police sirens fill the night air. Officers rush to secure the scene, but nobody is paying attention to them because all eyes are fixed on one heartbreaking sight. Amanda Wagner is dead, lying on the cold pavement, motionless, covered in blood. And kneeling beside her is Will Trent. For a moment, he doesn't look like the brilliant investigator we know. He looks like a lost child. He gently cradles Amanda's body in his arms, rocking back and forth, refusing to let anyone near her, refusing to let go. The woman who raised him, protected him, believed in him, is gone. Angie approaches quietly. She places a hand on Will's shoulder. Her voice is barely above a whisper. She tells him they need to let the crime scene technicians do their job. At first, Will doesn't move. He doesn't want to hear it, because once Amanda leaves his arms, her death becomes real. But eventually, he nods. Slowly, carefully, he lays Amanda down, then steps back, completely broken. The entire GBI team stands in stunned silence. Faith, Ormawood, Franklin, Angie. None of them can believe what they're seeing. Amanda Wagner was the strongest person they knew. She survived impossible situations. She overcame countless enemies. Everyone thought she would survive this too, but they were wrong. As the technicians finish their work, Will does something nobody else can do. He reaches for the body bag and slowly pulls the zipper over Amanda's face. It's the final act of goodbye, one that nearly destroys him. Together, Will, Angie, Faith, Ormawood, and Franklin lift Amanda onto a gurney. Then they walk beside her one final time, toward the ambulance. As they move through the crowd, Captain Heller follows behind. Nobody speaks. Nobody needs to. The pain says everything. As Amanda's body is loaded into the ambulance, someone begins reciting the 23rd Psalm. The words echo through the night, and suddenly, even the strongest people there struggle to hold back tears. The ambulance doors close. The engine starts, and Amanda Wagner disappears into the darkness, leaving behind a team that will never be the same again. The morning after. The next day feels different. GBI headquarters has never been quieter. Will and Faith arrive together. Neither says a word. They don't need to. Their grief fills the room. As they walk through the office, everyone stops working. The entire department stands silently, paying their respects. Faith is surprised to see her mother, Evelyn Mitchell, waiting inside. The moment she sees her, she runs into her arms. For once, the tough detective allows herself to break. Meanwhile, Will heads straight toward Amanda's office, or at least what used to be Amanda's office. He finds Carolyn there. She's barely holding herself together. Will asks her for a favor. He wants everything. Amanda's emails, her calendar, her case files, computer records, anything connected to the days before her death. Because Will already knows something. Amanda wasn't randomly murdered. She was hunting something, and whatever she found got her killed. But before Carolyn can respond, another figure enters the room. Deputy Director Appleyard, the man who wanted Amanda's position, the man Amanda never trusted. The second Will sees him, his grief turns into rage. Will storms toward him, warning him not to take another step into Amanda's office. Not today, not ever. He accuses Appleyard of waiting for this moment, of wanting Amanda gone,
of already imagining himself sitting behind her desk. The accusation hits hard. Even Appleyard seems shaken. He insists he came only to offer condolences. Despite their disagreements, he says he respected Amanda. But Will isn't interested in hearing it. The confrontation is about to explode. Then another voice cuts through the room. Will Trent. Only one person still calls him that. Evelyn Mitchell. The name instantly pulls him back from the edge, just enough to listen. And what Evelyn reveals changes the entire investigation. Inside Will's office, Evelyn finally reveals the truth. For months, Amanda had been secretly working with an FBI contact, investigating Adelaide Trevens, and her growing network of followers. Faith is stunned. She had no idea. Neither did Will. But Evelyn explains why Amanda kept it secret. She didn't have enough proof. Not yet. Amanda planned to tell them when she had something solid. Unfortunately, she never got the chance. The room falls silent, because everyone realizes the same thing. Amanda got too close. She discovered something dangerous, and someone made sure she never talked. No one expected what happens next, because Amanda's murder investigation is only beginning, and the clues she left behind are about to lead the team into a nightmare far bigger than they imagined.
After discovering Amanda was secretly investigating Adelaide Trevens, Will becomes obsessed with finding out what she uncovered before her death. A witness reports seeing a silver sedan near the hotel on the night Amanda was killed. Following the lead, Will and Faith track down Amanda's undercover vehicle and discover she had been conducting surveillance on a suspicious warehouse. When they investigate the location, they find Amanda's broken glasses and traces of blood, confirming this is where she was attacked. Inside the warehouse, the team discovers shocking evidence: signs of a recent struggle, a makeshift prison, handcuffs attached to pipes, evidence that Antonio was being held captive. The suspects have only recently fled. Moments later, a man attempts to escape. Will chases him down. Consumed by grief and rage over Amanda's death, Will brutally attacks the suspect after he mocks Amanda. Faith, Franklin, and Ormawood barely stop him from killing the man. Meanwhile, the autopsy reveals Amanda suffered multiple fatal stab wounds, but managed to collect DNA from her attacker before dying. The DNA points to one of Adelaide's followers, a respected schoolteacher. The hunt for Amanda's killer officially begins, but what the team uncovers next reveals a much bigger conspiracy. As the investigation continues, Episode 17 shifts focus. A new double murder case brings Will to a crime scene involving scientist Ethan Attis and his girlfriend. But Will is still haunted by Amanda's death. While investigating, he is suddenly attacked and knocked unconscious. When he wakes up, he finds himself trapped inside a surreal version of GBI headquarters. There, he encounters Amanda, or at least a version of Amanda created by his subconscious. As Will drifts between memories and reality, he relives key moments from his childhood. His first arrest, meeting Amanda for the first time, the moment she saw potential in him. At the same time, his mind helps solve the murder case. Will eventually realizes he has been trapped inside a more cooler and is slowly suffocating. As time runs out, Amanda gives him one final lesson. She tells him to stop blaming himself for her death. She reminds him who he is and encourages him to keep moving forward. Together, they solve the case. Then they share an emotional goodbye. Moments later, the team finds Will and saves his life. For the first time since Amanda died, Will begins to heal, but tragedy is still waiting around the corner. The final episode begins with what appears to be a routine police stop. Instead, it turns into a kidnapping. A teenage girl named Lizzie is abducted by fake police officers. As the team investigates, they uncover links to a massive sex trafficking operation involving powerful and influential people. The case exposes corruption far beyond anything they expected. Meanwhile, Angie goes into labor. Seth rushes her to the hospital. For a brief moment, everything seems hopeful. Then disaster strikes. Their vehicle is hit in a terrible accident. Angie survives. Their baby survives, but Seth suffers internal injuries. Despite helping save Angie, Seth later collapses and dies. The loss devastates everyone, especially Angie. Will immediately steps in to support her. He takes leave from GBI and helps raise baby Edie while Angie struggles through her grief. Months pass. Slowly, Angie begins to recover. When both she and Will return to work, they discover major changes at GBI.
Faith has secretly continued investigating the trafficking ring. Her evidence now points towards judges, politicians, and powerful community leaders. Then she receives a terrifying warning, a package containing a dead piglet and a note telling her to back off. Instead of backing down, the team becomes more determined than ever. The season ends with Will, Faith, Angie, Ormawood, Franklin standing together in front of Faith's investigation board. Amanda may be gone, Seth may be gone, but their fight for justice is far from over. The final message of the season is clear. Amanda Wagner's legacy lives on through the people she inspired, and the biggest battle is still ahead.